Hi, welcome to Isaac TV, where we talk about lead generation. And today I'm psyched out of my mind because we're talking about lead qualification. But first, we're going to talk about a little piggy bank. That's right. Actually, this is a Crayola bank. When you got this thing and you're a kid and you put it up on the shelf and you keep putting your money in it every day, and it seems like it's getting pretty full, doesn't it? And you always think the fair's coming to town and I want to ride the tilt-a-whirl until I get sick. And when you open this thing up, though, at the end of the day, there's never as much money as you thought. And that happens over and over. Here's my point. There's a false sense of security that we take in whenever we have a huge numbers and we have a big number database. And when it comes time for reckoning and really using those leads and making something out of them, only true numbers stand the test. So according to SIRIUS decisions, B2B contact records go bad at a nearly rate of 30% a year. And that's as they change jobs, their responsibilities, and companies. So you've got a database and maybe it's 20 years old, and some of the leads are 20 minutes old, but they're all in there, and maybe some people really worked hard on those leads, or maybe you pay a lot of money for that database, so it's hard to let go of. But here's our 5 things that you can do to make some kind of use of that huge flabby database and make it into something that'll work for you. So number 1, start with some deep cleaning. So you got to quarantine the old leads and pull them out of your database. And if it makes you feel better, you can archive them, but don't let them in your active marketing database. You'll have some decisions to make too, because some of these titles are presidents. They'll hang around a lot longer. Some of them, like sales VPs, they're a goner. Number 2, create buckets. So to help with the cleaning process, you're going to need to have buckets that you can sort through later, and some of them you can use now. But some might be like an active bucket, active leads obviously, needs research, phone number needed, new contact needed, and maybe no longer a fit. And that's all assuming that you even market to just one vertical with one main product. Because if that's not true, you got a whole bunch of other stuff you got to do. You got to do size of companies, verticals, and you got to do titles inside those companies, because your message is different for every one of those segments. And you got to break that out, because relevancy is everything in marketing, right? So make sure you're doing that. I'm sure you're already doing that. On number 3, make sure leads are progressing constantly. So if a lead is showing no response at all and no potential of ever buying from you guys, you got to get rid of it. It's got to be canned. The person's probably moved on. The IT guy forwarded their email to another person who directs it right to a junk mail. So false sense of security again. So watch out for expensive leads. Number 4, they're a killer. Why? Because we paid so much money for them. We're emotionally invested. We might look bad if we just told someone we have to spend all this money and then we get it. A few years later, we're dumping it. So I know it's dangerous, but they can be full of bad titles and stuff that can really slow you down, and you don't want that. Number 5, create a lead path for each bucket that you create. So if you get them at the end of one campaign, put them into another campaign. But the important thing is that there's always a defined path and a place that each contact is moving along that path, and you move along a little doggy. Okay, so there's your 5 points. And you know, I bring this up because we do the heavy lifting of all this data cleaning and organization here at my firm, TRO. And our team can sift through thousands of records at a high or low detail level using a variety of methods, up to and including, yes, the phone. We actually talk to people. So that brings us to the conclusion of Isaac TV today. Thanks for hanging around. I hope this has helped you, and I want you to stick around for guitar time. Eddie Van Halen's Panama.